What's good, Gifted? This is your host, Steph Wood, coming to you again from my city, Norfolk, Virginia. What is good, my gifted people? Today is another day that we have air in our lungs. We have blood pulsing through our veins. We are gifted. We are magnificent. We are awesome, audacious. We are God's chosen folks. So act like it. What's good, y'all? You are welcome back to What's Good Gifted again. I'm Steph Wood coming to you from Norfolk, Virginia today. I'm excited. I'm hyped because I have the one and only Kaitlyn Hasty going to be joining me on in just a little bit. But before we bring her on, let's get into my 30-second soapbox. So each and every one of us throughout life is guided, molded, taught, educated by people in our circle. This can be a number of people. This can be 10 people, 20 people, whatever the case may be. Sometimes the bigger the dream, the bigger the circle. Sometimes the bigger the dream, the smaller the circle. But the point I'm trying to make is that each and every person that is outreaching for success, out going after the thing that they need, needs good people around them. I read once that you are the sum of the 5 most people you spend the most time with in your day. So if you're standing around looking around right now and you're thinking to yourself, you know what, I don't know if really what I'm doing is what I should be doing. I don't know if I'm really reaching my full potential. I'm struggling left and right. I can't seem to break through. You might want to look around at who's standing next to you. You might want to consider that maybe the sum of those 5 people is working against the sum of your potential and the sum of your greatness. Just a thought, but for a second, let's examine. If, per se, the 5 people around your circle are hardworking, no complaints, get up every day, hustle, grind, understand their role, work hard in their role, have compassion, have kindness, have work ethic, have accountability for themselves and each other. That's a pretty good circle. But let's see on the flip side of that, if your circle has everybody that doesn't want to get up in the morning, every time you turn around, got something to say about somebody, doing something, always complaining, always struggling, never has nothing good to say, can't even, just wet the bed every time the ball gets hit to them, dribbling off the foot every left and right. That team is going to struggle. So for my 30-second soapbox today, I just want to encourage you out there that you better look around. And your team just isn't important when you're 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. You are going to constantly need mentors. You are going to constantly need help. You are going to constantly need to look around and see who's in your corner so you can build the empire that you're set out to do. That's my 30-second soapbox. What's good, y'all? We're about to bring in my homegirl. Oh, this kid right here. I've known this kid since she was like 9 years old, 8 years, I don't even know. She used to be the shortest kid, one of the smallest kids. She came up through the Virginia Legends organization and started killing the game, steady, consistently building her craft as a softball player, as a third baseman, just as an all-around utility player. She's a graduate of Western Branch High School and now is a softball player in her 3rd year at CNU. Please join me, my gifted audience, in welcoming last year's CAA Conference Softball Player of the Year, year before, and Rookie of the Year in her rookie season at CNU, Kaitlyn Hasty. What's good, Kaitlyn?
Hi, what's good, everybody?
I'm so happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too.
How are you feeling about this interview? Are you hyped?
I'm really hyped. I'm really excited. I'm very honored that you even thought of me to do it.
Are you kidding me? Let's look. Let's jump right in. We've known each other a long time.
A long time.
Talk a little bit about the days when we all came to become friends and family in the Virginia Legends, and what was that like for you?
I mean, you know, you guys were around from the beginning. Like the first ever Legends team I was on, there was Miss Steph. You know, my mom was pregnant with my littlest sister, so she didn't get to make it to everything. So I wasn't even worried about it. I mean, you guys just took me in as your own, and anything I needed, you were always there for me, and everyone on that team. It was just amazing. It was a great thing to be a part of.
Absolutely. And we were talking at length with Bryce's mom. Maddie's been talking at length with her about, because everyone's older now. And Bryce's mom commented, hey, we were the Fab Four. It was, it was Terry, Andrea, me, and Stacy. And
That's
you're right. It was that environment of people just, we're just trying to learn. We're just trying to figure it out and hope that we can help each other along the way. That definitely had to help you. But what specifically did you learn in the early years of softball? And what can you, when you go back, because your dad coached you forever and ever, yeah?
Yes.
When you go back, what were some of the most important moments in those younger days for you?
I think the most important moments that when you're little, it's just about having fun and learning the game. But I really learned how to be a teammate. I really learned how to get along with everyone on my team and support everyone. Because, when you're little, you're just playing to have fun and make friends. And it was awesome. It was a great environment to be around. Everyone wanted to work hard and be the best that they could be. And that pushed me to want the same things.
Are you sure you've never done this kind of interview before? I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but these women ball players get on here and just do the darn thing. And Kaitlyn, you are right along there with them. Again, y'all, this is What's Good Gifted. I'm your host, Steph Wood, coming to you from my city, Norfolk, Virginia. I am on the call today with my good friend, Kaitlyn Hasty, CNU softball. Kaitlyn, when you won those awards in 2019, Rookie of the Year, Conference Player of the Year, what went through your mind? Like, what?
I was shocked. I just, like you said, I started off, I was one of the smallest kids. I was just a little kid, and, I've always seen myself as that. So I was just, honestly, my coach called me the night before it came out, and I was in tears on the phone because I had finally made it. I had finally worked hard, and with everyone that helped me to get there, like, I was able to accomplish something that I only dreamed of.
Yes, girl. And it was like that because, there you were, and I'll be honest, you were one of those players nobody knew which way you were going to go.
Absolutely.
Here you are competing, you gradually competed all the way to the top of the Virginia Ledge organization in the 18U Premier team. And when you got there, you started making noise immediately. You were hitting the ball hard. And at one point, did you look at it and go, okay, wait a second, do I go for Division I? How do I decide? And what was that decision like for you and your family?
A big factor that really helped me was that, playing in the Legends, that they're not only worried about who you are as a player, they're worried about who you are as a person and a student. And so I have goals, beyond softball, that I want to accomplish things academically and in a career. And so making that decision, I just wanted to go to the best school possible that I could go to get all the academic goals that I want to, achieve. And CNU is just the school for me.
And you fit right in. You have just found a home there. And isn't it wonderful to have so much respect as a player too, getting to a level where now you're one of the older players, now you're really starting to deposit some nuggets into the girls coming up. What does that feel like now? Like you're moving now. Oh, now you're heading into your third year, right?
Yes.
Can you believe it?
I can't. I feel, I just can't.
And now, I was speaking with Jack Mooney, Jack, who's just a recent graduate of Towson University. And she was saying that she feels like it's not over yet. Like she's about to, as a graduate now, feeling like in August, she's about to go back to school and do the mile test, It's like, it doesn't seem real. What are some of your goals post-graduation from CNU and when softball, competitively might be finished for you?
I am a cellular and molecular biology major at Christopher Newport, so I
Okay,
really
time out.
want
Hold on a minute. 30-second timeout, y'all. I know, look, don't even worry, y'all. I got you. I did a 30-second timeout because nobody knew what she just said. Okay, let's revisit. Rewind. You said you were a what?
I am a cellular and molecular biology major.
All right, you're gonna have to run that down for us. So give us a gist of what kind of jobs you're gonna try to apply for when you're finished with this degree.
I want to work in the medical field. I really would like to work with athletes and just help people be better. Like going through injuries myself, like I understand how hard it can really be on an athlete. And so I would like to help them in whatever way I can, whether that be being a doctor or a physical therapist or anything like that.
And you've been a smart one since day one, sister. Let me tell you, you have been a smart one. Everyone knew. And I'm not surprised that you're, having this success there and enjoying it so much. Let's talk a little bit about, 2018 and how things kind of shifted for you. You're a freshman in your freshman fall season, yes?
Yes,
October,
ma'am.
in your freshman fall season, October at CNU. And everything changes.
Everything changes.
Talk to us a little bit about, where you and your family were when one of your oldest mentors, your dad's very closest friend, a leader within the Virginia Legends organization, Chris Bundy, suddenly died. Where were you with that? And, what did you call upon to get through that?
I have some really wonderful friends that I have made through the years for softball, and I really relied on them. I relied on my coaches, both from the Legends and at CNU. Coach Parr really did a fantastic job, and Coach Wayne and Coach Josh all just reaching out, checking on me to see that I'm okay. And it was something really hard to get through. Coach Chris, like you said, that's my dad's best friend. Before I even played softball, I was playing with him. Claire is one of my best friends. And he held me from the beginning, like knew my parents from way before. So it was really hard to lose such a light in the world. And I just, tried to think of the positives of it. I was like, Coach Chris wouldn't want us to sit here and all be sad about it. He would want us to, like he always said, never be satisfied with anything and go through life working as hard as I can for as long as I can. And I just kind of made a point to myself that before the spring season even started, that from then till I hang out my cleats, every time I stepped on the field, it was for Coach Chris, and I was going to do it for him.
Let's get a 30-second timeout right there. Kaitlyn, sometimes the adversity is the thing that, and I don't want to say we need, because so many people were hurt by the loss of that man, and their children, your closest friend, Claire. These people you grew up with from the time you guys could walk, talk, whatever. And, but the adversity of that challenge, like you said, catapulted you into now really never taking a moment, never taking a second for granted. So going into that spring season, did you just feel a renewed sense of purpose, would you say?
I did. I felt, like now I'm not just going out there for myself or for my teammates. Like now I'm going out there to show what Coach Chris really did give to me as a coach. He didn't just make me a better player. He made me a better person.
Yeah, for real. And it worked. Your commitment level worked when you changed that mindset, and I thought you were always committed. You were always, down for it and worked hard at it. But again, when you have a different purpose, a different mindset, something else is pushing you, you can be pushed beyond what you even thought capable. And you did that. So now, let's reflect a little bit on this challenge of COVID and what that's been like for your game, and the plans that you have moving forward. When you guys got the word that the season was going to be canceled in March, How'd that make you feel? And what was the reaction?
I was heartbroken. I just, our seniors, every senior every year puts in all that they can to that program to help build it. And these seniors really did help our program just become what it was. This year we run ruled the #1 team in the nation for Division III. We run ruled them. And I was like, it really opened my eyes. I was like, this is our year. Like, we can do this. And we were so proud of our seniors and all that they had done. So when we got that word, I was heartbroken that I would never step on the field with those girls again.
And the coaching staff and the entire organization, the athletic departments, all this work that you put in the fall and the winter and weight training, the 5 a.m. runs, the late night, and here you are just abruptly shut down. And I think that when you hear people comment like, oh, they're just athletes, oh, they should just shut up and dribble, oh, they should just just stick to playing their sport and let people forget the work that goes into being in a high level program such as CNU, in a high level program. Any sport that is at a collegiate level is working tirelessly to compete and represent their school well. So it had to have been challenging. Moving into this year, what are your guys' plan to come back now that we're heading into phase 3 next month and it's actually just a few short days? Have you heard any news of the plan to get back playing and studying on campus?
As far as I know, Christopher Newport is going back to school. School starts August 17th. So, and it's supposed to be full in class and moving in. So I'm very excited to get back on campus, get back with my teammates and my friends. As far as softball goes, we really haven't heard much. I think it honestly depends on how the fall sports go. That, football and all of that, how that plays out will have a lot to do with how we carry ourselves into the spring.
Absolutely. And I know you cannot wait to get back out there. And again, I'm the proponent of that. I want to talk about what is good. Like, let's look at, okay, so can we talk about what's good? Let's look at what's good with Kaitlyn Hasty on the field. Can we just real quick? This is in 2019 when she was just a freshman. And we haven't seen yet what she did last year because, again, there was no spring sport, right?
Yes.
Right. So you're going into your 3rd year, so we about to see. But let's just review and see what's good. This is what's good with Kaitlyn Hasty. She hit 17 home runs in her freshman year. What? Then she's tied nationally. She was tied nationally in home runs and is 3rd in slugging percentage at .981. What? You hit a .449 batting average. What are you talking about? Look, that is really good, y'all. Kaitlyn, you gotta be itching to get back out there because now you're healthy.
Well,
yes? Are you healthy yet? Are you good? Like, what's good now with Kaitlyn?
I am in the process of being cleared. I had my 2nd shoulder surgery about a month ago. So I'm in the process of being cleared with that. Everything's going fantastic. So,
good to hear.
Great. I'm so ready to get back on the field. Like, it's not even funny. I'm just, I'm never away from softball this long. It's just, shown me the passion that I really have for the game and that I want to make these 2 next years that I have the best years ever.
Well, let's be honest, and Kaitlyn, if in a minute I'm going to ask you what advice you can give to some of these girls coming up in the travel ball world, in this tournament softball world that is very competitive and very unique and adverse, to say the least, in a lot of ways for good reasons. But you put so much work in over these years to get to the goal of college, to get to where you're playing at the highest level that you want to play at in the best program for you. You start to have success. And then it's like, man, I got another 3 years of this, but I've spent already 10. and you think to yourself, wow, can I do this? You know, what pushes you past that fatigue? And like you say, like maybe not always taking softball for, you know, you kind of take it for granted because it's there all the time. What can you tell some of the girls that have been in travel ball for all these years and are getting to the point where they're getting ready to graduate high school and go to college? What can you tell them now to stay the course, to push, you know, to push, to finish?
I would tell them just to take a deep breath and just realize that these next 4 years are going to fly by 10 times faster than your past 10 years that you put into travel. That the way we play the game at a college level is just unlike anything else. The teammates that you have, the coaches that you have, they are so invested in making you the best player and person that you can be, that you can do it. Just take a deep breath and take it day by day and know that all that hard work that you put in will pay off.
Such good advice. And I think for kids that are going into that sport, what's some of the things they don't realize are their time management. They don't realize the level of commitment they're really getting to sign up for. What can you tell someone? What are some things that you did as a freshman? And even now, as you're going through these different situations with COVID and having to become a leader without being around your teammates, and what are some of the key things that you did to help you get past the adversity of not being at home, of, you know, having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, not having any me time, you know, not having any freedom, the strain of your body? Like, what did you do to get over?
I really actually reached out to my teammates, the upperclassmen on our team. They're absolutely amazing. They guided me and just told me, like, take a deep breath and take it day by day, that, you know, your schoolwork does come first, and our coaches know that. And, you know, if you're like, hey, Coach Parr, like, I really need some extra help, he'll reach out and find that for you. You know, it's just amazing how they focus on that. And, you know, it's so worth it. It's worth the sore muscles. It's worth the not being able to walk up the steps after leg day. It's to play in the super regionals and hopefully the national championship is just, that's what keeps me going. Like, if you can get there, then it's all worth it.
So y'all going for the ship then, of course, because what team doesn't? All right.
That's right. It's ring season.
What team doesn't? One of your closest competitors is Virginia Wesleyan over here on the other side of the water, and many of your legend teammates over the years, whether, and you know, of course, if you're a legend 1 year, 10 years later, you're still a teammate of the legends, whether you played with that girl or not. Y'all are teammates.
Absolutely.
But some of these girls you played with at the Virginia Legend travel teams, the national teams, what is it like to play against them and compete against them on the collegiate level?
It's amazing. It's because you know that they have the same passion and drive for the game that you do, and we're competitive as can be, and we just want to beat the other person. I'll hug you after the game. I love you, but I want to beat you stepping on that field, because I mean, that's an amazing program. Brandon Elliott has really created something, and they are a fantastic team, and you know, to beat them is a statement heard around the world, whoever you are.
I know that's right, and they have done great. I look forward to seeing what's going to come from this upcoming season when y'all get back on the field. This is What's Good Gifted. I'm your host, Steph Wood, again coming to you from my city, Norfolk, Virginia. I'm on the line with my homegirl, Kaitlyn Hasty, 2019 CAA Player of the Year, Colonial Athletic Conference, so CAC Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. She is going into her junior season at CNU. Kaitlyn, now we're getting to the point where you're about to graduate and be a real life person. You're gonna Whoa. You are gonna graduate and be a real life adult. 10 years from now, what's Kaitlyn doing? And is softball still a part of Kaitlyn's life? But where's Kaitlyn, and what's Kaitlyn doing?
of course softball is a part. I can't wait to join the slow pitch teams. My cousin plays, and she's like, we already drafted you. I'm like, awesome. So I got a team to be on. I hope that in 10 years that I'm just, in the career path that I choose, whether that be being a doctor or being a physical therapist. I hope that I'm just honestly watching Riley play some of her college days, whatever sport she picks or music or whatever she wants to do. I'm watching that, and hopefully I, just accomplished everything that I want to, and that I'm, living for the Lord and doing the best that I can do.
She said, living for the Lord, y'all. You peeped that cross on her neck. My girl knew. No, she knows. Oh, she knows. And I can remember coming to CNU and us having to talk about our salvation and what our faith has done to get us over and get us through. And Kaitlyn, I know you're going to call upon that faith and invest in that faith. And that's one of the best and most important things you can do. So that's definitely a good thing. Talk to me a little bit about you growing up. Your dad was your coach. Talk about that relationship with him, because you played for him all the way until you made the national team. Is that right?
Yes, until at 16U.
So all the way from how was that? And your mom is like straight up the best cheerleader, and but also super nervous on the sideline, So
I do.
What was that like for you, and all the support you had?
It was amazing. I have a very high strung and, want to win personality, and my dad has it too. And sometimes we would have to have a talk about, hey, I'm not your dad on the field, I'm your coach. You have to respect me like you would anyone else. And I did eventually accept that. I was like, Dad, you're right. I know. It was awesome though. I always had my parents pushing me to be the best. They never let me rest on my laurels or anything that happened previous. You just step out there and you be the best that you can be, but you do it the right way. And
yeah,
I just love having my mom on the sidelines. Oh, I remember hitting my first home run in our first scrimmage the fall of my freshman year. It was my first at bat, and my mom was screaming as I ran around the bases. And when I got to third, Coach Parr was like, "Is that your mom?" I was like, "No, I don't know who that lady is." What?
I have a similar story. Kid goes out in her first fall scrimmage, okay?
Oh, goodness.
I'm scared to death, okay? I'm so nervous. I can barely contain myself. Strikes, 1, 2, 3, strikes the girl out.
Let's go.
And I'm like, kid, no! And I'm just dying, and so and you know what? I think Stacy and I were probably the most loudest and just
that section was just crazy.
Don't get Terry started. started.
No.
But look, you also mentioned earlier Coach Wayne. And one thing I'm finding when I talk to Virginia Legend girls, everybody has a Coach Wayne story. Everybody has a Coach Paul story. Everybody has a Coach James story. A Coach Tim story, you know what I'm saying? A Coach Bundy story, a Coach Brad story, a Coach Gabe story, right? But tell us your favorite Coach Wayne story. Do you have one?
I do. My favorite Coach Wayne story was the first year of 14Us when we were all on a team together, and I was still a good 4'11", maybe, on a good day if I was standing tall. And I got into an at-bat, and I hit the fence in the air. I had never been so proud, and I was like, Coach Wayne always points out the good points of the game, and I was like, he's going to say my name. And he goes, well, guys, the last person we thought would hit the fence was Kaitlyn, but there that was, so here we go. And I was like, Wayne, that was not what I was looking for.
You wanted the pat on the back, but that's not a realistic thing, because you don't have to go out for that.
I wanted a cookie or something.
Hit the fence. That's not good enough.
Yeah. And I just love that he's around me now at CNU, because he keeps me in check. He keeps me, he's like, easy there, Hasty. You got a lot more to prove. What you think you're all that, you're not. Coach Wayne is always there.
I'm telling you, giving you the business, giving you the truth, giving it to you just how it is. Kaitlyn, you are the older sister of two younger sisters, Jacqueline and Riley. Jack's playing softball, doing some things. What's it like to see them come up now? Jack also playing for the Virginia Legends, and you got to be proud of them.
I'm so proud of her. She is going to be 10 times the player that I will ever be. She is gifted, she is passionate about the game, and she has me to keep her in check.
I know that's right. And don't forget, you better get her. You better get her. Make sure she's putting her glove down right. Make sure she's carrying her stuff right. You know, take them MVP medals off your bag, girl. You remember?
Right.
Coach?
I was like, that's got to go. You can go on ahead and hang that as a trophy at home. We don't do that here.
We don't need to see that. I love it. Kaitlyn, it's been such a pleasure having you on What's Good Gifted. Kaitlyn, give us a final pitch to any girl out there that might want to come and play at CNU. You know, just tell us a little bit about the program for your final wrap up.
It's a fantastic program, and it is where your teammates will push you to be the best version of yourself. They will hold you accountable. They will cheer you on. They will just do the best as you can do. Like, the work that you put in is what you'll get out of it, you know? You can't just go to practice. You have to be putting in the hours before and after practice, wake up in the morning, go lift, all of that. That's up to you, and you just have to want it.
Man, great advice for any of our listeners. You got to put in the work, and you got to want it. Kaitlyn, thank you for joining me today. This is another episode of What's Good Gifted. I'm your host, Steph Wood, coming to you from my city, Norfolk, Virginia. Don't forget, y'all, look around at your circle. Is the sum working in your favor? Is the sum taken away from all of what God's glory has for you? Talk to you soon. Stay blessed.